Haddy the creator here, creating something new to share with you, and today we are taking this green old blobby guy and redrawing him. This time I have 23 people joining me for this collaboration. That's going to be a ton of versions of this character, which is really cool. So my son drew up this three-headed character, and this is my youngest son. He's wanted me to do one of these for him for a while now. He keeps begging me, and this is finally his chance to shine. So he created this character, this big old green blob guy. It's got 3 heads. I see a few different ways this guy could go, and I'm kind of excited to play with him. And for this video, I have invited the We the Creators group to join along. We the Creators is the Discord group that I started that is kind of just an open art group where we do challenges and all kinds of different fun collaborations and all sorts of things. Kind of help build a community and keep each other motivated and to keep drawing and drawing new things. So quite a few of them have joined in, and this is going to be a fun show. Okay, just for a minute. Freaking totally lost train of thought now. And hey, don't forget to like this video. Just give me a little thumbs up and do it right now before you forget. It just takes you 2 seconds. Now let's jump in and see some art. That's why you're here anyway, right?
So diving right into this, it is time to come up with a few concepts to present to my son and see which one he wants me to pursue. The first one I'm doing is kind of like a Jabba the Hutt type character, a big old slug. And instead of having 3 heads, I thought it would be fun if he had 2 little babies climbing on him. This next concept is kind of like a burlap sack, kind of a ugly ragdoll type creature. He definitely looks like he's got some inspiration from Mr. Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Some little patchwork on him. I thought this would be fun, maybe some button eyes. Then somehow I managed to turn off my screen recorder for the next 2 concepts. But number 3 is kind of a wraith, ghost, phantom type creature. Kind of like what I think my son was going for in his drawing. And his lower body kind of disintegrates, kind of like a genie, as if it was like going into a lamp or something. And then number 4 I thought was kind of fun. He's almost looks like an earthworm gem type creature. He's got a small head, but he's an executioner. So instead of having 3 heads, he's got a sack over his shoulder, and there's 2 extra heads that are in that sack. I just thought it'd be a fun way to play with this picture and stay true to it a little bit, because when I was looking at his drawing, what gave me the idea to do that was one of them has a neck and the other 2 don't, so it looks almost as if like they maybe aren't attached, but you don't know. So anyways, that's the 4 concepts I came up with, and now it was time to present them to my boy. Let's see which one he wanted me to draw.
Okay, you ready? So which one do you like the best? The ghosty one? I will do the ghosty one then.
So as you saw, he picked number 3, which I wasn't surprised about. I think my kids typically choose the one that kind of matches what they were going for originally, and I don't think they really appreciate the creative twists and stretching their original designs. Maybe going forward, I'll try to stick closer to what I think they were going for and maybe do variations of that instead of doing completely different designs. But needless to say, I'm not surprised. He likes number 3, the scary ghosty with the 3 heads. So I'm going to take this guy, prep him, and I just did a really rough sketch on this guy. So I'm going to do a second sketch pass and kind of define him a little bit better, refine some of the shapes and things, and give me a better idea for when I jump in and do the finalized line art. Make him all pretty. If this guy can be pretty, he's pretty spooky. He's going to be spooky pretty. So that is finished up. Here is the final second pass sketch. He's still not very clean yet, but I think I have a pretty good idea on what he's going to look like.
So now that I have this guy kind of defined and sketched out and designed, before I jump in and do the line art, I'm going to show you 2 other versions of this guy done by other members of the We the Creators group.
So this first one is done by Ash of Sketch, and he joined the group quite a while ago, and he has been very motivated and driven to learn digital painting, and he has come a long way. I was really impressed with how he went on this character here. I think he looks really cool. His blending works really well. You can tell this guy's kind of like a slimy, wet creature. The way he did the texture on him, it just looks really cool, really wet. It's been really fun to see how he has improved, and he kind of posts some of his progress pictures. You know, he's open to take criticism, and I see him improving pretty fast. His was one of my favorites in this collaboration, so I wanted to kind of spotlight it a little bit and have it stand alone a little bit right here in the middle and give me a break of my drawing, which I'll come back to in a minute. Don't you worry, you'll see it finished. I really love how he threw those adventurer silhouettes inside of his belly there. You can see him kind of floating around in the ooze. So this is his finished one, and next we are going to check out Otomo Rentaro. All I can say is, man, this guy is very talented. I can't get enough of his artwork. You definitely need to check out his Instagram. I'll put all of the links to the people's Instagrams or YouTubes who collaborated in this video down in the description below, so make sure you check out Otomo Rentaro's Instagram because, man, he is painting some phenomenal stuff. I really like how he went with this creature. It's kind of interesting to see. It's like a big old zombie-ish character without arms, probably because the original drawing by my son didn't have arms. A fun take on him, and he went the extra mile and really detailed out his surroundings here, and these rocks in the foreground just look awesome. They're all detailed out, and he is phenomenal. Okay, so now we are jumping back into my character, and I am doing the line art. I'm going to start right here in his little bony armpit. He's got some protruding ribs, maybe some muscle, and I'm going to just draw him out. And I know I've said it time and time again, but I just love this phase. This is my favorite phase. Plug in some music and just zone out, go to town, and just do some crazy lines. For me, this is where the character really comes to life, and I kind of define the details that I'm going to color later, and it's just so much fun. Maybe I should be an inker for comic books or something because I just love doing it so much. If I just did this all day long, it would be a pretty good life. You know, so long as I could take a break here and there because, man, I do cramp up quite a bit. My hand gets some crazy cramps from doing line art, but it still won't stop me. I just love it. So looking back at my son's drawing, the three faces, of the three, two had teeth, sharp teeth, and one had no teeth. The one on the far left had no teeth in his mouth, so instead of drawing teeth on this guy, I'm just kind of drawing protruding gums, like he used to have teeth and lost them, chewing on them jawbreakers, you know. They tell you not to chew on them because you're gonna break your teeth out. This little ghosty left head did not listen, broke them all out, and he's just like an old man without his dentures in. For this segment of the line art, I was actually streaming it on Twitch. My Twitch is just the same name, Haddy the Creator. I had a few people pop in and join me, had a pretty interesting conversation with the guy that was in the military, a photographer out in Finland, I believe, or maybe it was Sweden. I don't know, I'm not very cultured, I don't remember the European countries too well, but he was from over there somewhere. I plan on streaming here and there. If anybody's interested, please go check out my Twitch. I will put a link to that in the description down below as well, and I will be streaming as I draw these drawings up. You'll get a sneak peek to some of the videos I'm doing that are upcoming because I'll be drawing the art for them here and there, and if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. So I've now finished the line art with a major hand cramp, so I'm going to take another break and jump over to some of the other members of We the Creators and give my hand a little well-deserved rest. So these next two that I am showcasing are both traditional pieces. I think it's always fun to see both digital and traditional thrown into the bunch in the mix-up. So this one is done by Jamy Johnson. They took some creative liberties here and made this character a type of janitor with three heads with very different personalities. I like the tentacles on the bottom. I think this is a really fun piece. It looks like the heads don't always get along with each other. I don't know what the guy on the right's eyeing, somebody off to the side. He thinks he's a cutie. Or maybe he's just feeling extra loved today. But I thought this was a really fun result and a cool variation to this character of my son's. And then this next one is done by the very talented Saskia Sketches, and I think this one is very fun. These characters kind of have some fun personality to them. They look kind of goofy, yet they look like they want to eat you. They're pretty spooky. Saskia Sketches posts videos every Friday on her channel, and she is just moving through the ranks in the We the Creators group. She is the running leader with the most creator points right now, and she is just doing awesome. I really enjoy her artwork. She is very motivated, and it is inspirational. Great work on this three-headed snake boy. I don't know if he has a snake tail or if he's a ghosty, but either way, he's cool. Okay, so now it's time to jump in and color this dude up and see what it looks like. I'm going to try to stay true to the original colors my son had in his drawing as much as possible, but let's see where it takes us. Sometimes the art journey takes a sharp 90-degree turn and you go a completely different direction. That's okay. That's part of the process. So I'm going to start off by throwing down some base colors and kind of getting an area that is just inside of this line art that I can use the selection on, so I can kind of color freely without having to stay in the lines, and that will help me throughout the whole thing as I shade and just do the whole coloring of this whole character. Almost like creating a stencil or something to prevent you from going outside of the lines. One of those handy things of digital media. So far I've just used Color Picker to pull colors out of his original artwork, and I'm sticking with the purple and the green for the mouth and the eye area, the purple, and then the skin tone of green. He has a few different shades of green in his character, so I'm going to try to pull some of those out and do some lighter areas and darker areas, block in some highlight, try to make the appearance of his skin kind of being a little bit wet or ghostly like and a little thin. Some of the other entries are kind of slimy and they look like Slimer or something from Ghostbusters, and their texture is kind of really goopy and gooey, which I can see from my son's drawing how they went that way. But I'm not really doing that. I think his upper body's more physical, like he's got some veins and things, so it is a tangible thing, but then his lower half is kind of more vapory or ghostly, maybe some translucent in it. I don't go super translucent, but yeah, that's the effect in the design I'm kind of going for on this guy. But I'm just having a lot of fun with it, just putting in details and doing some backlighting a little bit, and I'm having a lot of fun. That's the most important part, I think, is just to have fun with the process, to enjoy what you're doing, to learn from it, to be brave and try new things, even if it's a little bit out of your comfort zone, and yeah, just roll with it. That's how you grow, and that's how you develop your skills and your style, and that's why art is amazing. Pick up what you can and keep what you like and throw away what you don't. I decided to throw in some glowing eyes there at the end just to try it out, and I ended up liking it, so I kept those in there.
But now it's time to jump in and see the other 18 versions of this character. A lot of these people did not do video, so I'm going to do the video ones first, and then I'll jump in and do a slideshow of all of the other entries for this character.
So now it's time for an epic art montage.
I think the line art on this guy took me way longer than any of the other ones I've done so far. I don't know why, man. I'm just doing a lot of details on this dude. I kind of lose track of time when I start drawing. It's a good problem to have. I just love doing me some line art. I think he turned out pretty spooky, maybe a little too scary. My son seemed to like him, even though I think it's a little scary for him. I ain't gonna print it on a poster and put it above his bed or nothing, so that's okay. Hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. I feel like my art is getting a lot better, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, a little less awkward, and I really appreciate you guys for coming on this journey with me and helping me. All you guys who have subscribed to me over the past weeks, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And if you are new here and you like drawing videos, please consider subscribing to this channel. I do them all the time. And just as a reminder, because this video was done with the We the Creators group, I want to just pitch the We the Creators group again. It's an open, free Discord server, just an art community. If you have an itching to get in on a community and be part of a group that helps motivate one another and gives each other challenges and just draws and keeps us drawing, it's really cool and I love being a part of it. It's not so much my group, but our group, and if you want to be a part owner of this Discord server, come on down. There's a link down below in the description. Look for that and you can jump right in and be part of the group, and we can create great things together. And before you take off, maybe you should check out one of these other videos over here. These are 2 other redrawing of my kids' art videos that I put together. You know, if you're gonna hang out for a bit, might as well. This is Haddy the Creator signing out, and I will catch you on the next video. Take care. Peace out. Later. Sayonara. Au revoir. Hasta luego.
Until we meet again!
I'm such a weirdo.